Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. At the Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore, Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi strongly refuted accusations of new militarism directed at Tokyo, while simultaneously criticizing China for its rapid and untransparent military expansion. Koizumi highlighted China's sustained high-level increase in defense spending as a serious concern for Japan and the international community. In response to China's claim that Japan was embracing neo-militarism, Koizumi emphasized Japan's post-World War II record of adhering to international law and promoting a free and open international order, questioning how a country without nuclear weapons or strategic bombers could be labeled as such. A Chinese delegate, Major General Meng Xiangxing, retorted, doubting Japan's qualification to discuss defense cooperation given its toxic legacy of militarism. Tensions between the two nations have been exacerbated by past comments from Japanese Prime Minister Sane Takaichi regarding a hypothetical Chinese attack on Taiwan. Despite the friction, Koizumi expressed Japan's openness to dialogue, regretting the absence of his Chinese counterpart at the forum. The Asahi Shimbun reports that Japan is also determined to enhance deterrence in the Asia-Pacific and recently overhauled its defense export rules. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has stated that Russia began losing its initiative on the battlefield in December 2025 and expressed his hope for a roadmap to peace negotiations within the next 6 months. Zelenskyy made these remarks in an interview with US CBS television, which was published online on May 31st. According to GG Press, the president argued that Russia is losing more occupied territory and personnel each month than it is able to gain. He emphasized the necessity of finding a diplomatic solution for talks within the period leading up to winter. This statement highlights Ukraine's perceived shift in the conflict's dynamics and its push for a resolution timeframe. The United States and Iran have maintained an exchange of information over the weekend, with the objective of revising a draft agreement that aims to extend a ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. However, reports indicate that the progress of these negotiations remains uncertain. A source close to Iran stated that the two sides are still exchanging views on the potential memorandum of understanding, and Iran will also propose revisions to the text based on its own position. The key criterion for Iran is whether the final content aligns with its demands, and U.S. revisions do not guarantee acceptance. Iran has also indicated readiness for a scenario where no understanding is reached. Meanwhile, amidst these diplomatic contacts, Israel has reportedly expanded its ground offensive in Lebanon, breaching a fragile ceasefire agreement. According to Sing Tao, London-based Iran International TV, citing informed sources, reported that Iranian President Pezeshkian submitted a formal resignation letter to the Supreme Leader's office on Sunday. The report claimed that Pezeshkian stated the president and cabinet had been completely excluded from crucial national decision-making processes, creating a power vacuum that allowed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to assume full control. This alleged resignation instantly drew significant international attention, especially given the ongoing U.S.-Iran war and delicate diplomatic negotiations. However, the Iranian government swiftly refuted the claims, with Elias Hezrati, chairman of Iran's Government Information Committee, publicly announcing late Sunday that the rumors of the president's resignation were baseless. He affirmed that President Pezeshkian is fully devoted to his duties and actively handling all major state affairs as usual. American allies attending a top defense conference in Singapore, the Shangri-La Dialogue, stressed the critical need for global unity and cooperation to meet increasingly complex threats, as reported by the Asahi Shimbun. They warned that division among like-minded nations weakens deterrence, even as the U.S. has expressed criticism towards some traditional friends. Japanese Defense Minister Shinjiro Koizumi emphasized that strong coalitions are essential, dismissing China's accusation of new militarism as ironic given its own military expansion. While U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth softened his rhetoric on China this year after a presidential meeting, he continued to chide European allies for insufficient defense spending. The Philippines, Australia, and the Netherlands also highlighted the importance of a rules-based international order, hard power, and shared responses to interconnected global conflicts, asserting that cooperation remains paramount for preserving stability. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.